All right, people, we are back, and it is day 2 of the weekly challenge. We are here with the robots once again playing in a best hand imp tournament. 2 boards down, 8 to go, and we have this hand. I like opening one no trump. I'm sorry. I know this is actually legal in American bridge because it's a singleton king. If it's a singleton queen or higher, you can open with a singleton. I just think it's such a good thing for robot bridge. It's not such a good thing. It's a reasonable way to open up some decent variants without too much risk, in my opinion. The risk happens when they transfer to hearts. But also the risk can happen here as well. I'm not happy that I see 1 no 3 no because I know the opponents are really likely to lead major, and I know my partner doesn't have 4 hearts. So here, luckily, partner has an amazing set of stoppers in that heart suit, or at least we have 2 stoppers for sure. We may have more. And we'll win this king of hearts, and we'll get to the business of playing diamonds. We can play. Okay, I was just gonna say we can play low to the 10. We can play low to the queen. This obviates anything but this. It looks like that finesse is gonna win again, and I can afford to play a spade to my hand at this point, I think. And now we'll take another finesse, and we'll cash the 10 of diamonds. And now the question is, what do we do? Well, you could cash the ace of hearts, folks. And then you could just take the 5 winners we've taken so far and just add up the rest, right? So here I would have 1 more trick for 6, 2 more diamonds for 8, the ace of clubs for 9, and I guess the king of spades for 10. Is there a way I could get more tricks by another line of play, folks? I would say it's worth a try, right? I don't want to cash the ace of hearts now because then when I get to my hand, I just have to run winners. So here I'm very safe. I'm not in risk of going down at all. So I can play a club, and I'm going to try to develop tricks in this suit before I ever have to cash diamonds or do anything else. I could probably cash some diamonds right now, to be honest. I still haven't emptied my hand, so let's do that. Let's see what they pitch. There's a heart. And we might be giving them a little bit of information on this hand. And by that I mean we're playing cards that are, that are allowing them to communicate by pitching. Here, we'll hope they're... Okay, so we gave up a club there. They can take another one. And now I believe the rest are just going to be ours. I'm going to pitch the jack of hearts there. And now if they lead a heart, it's great. If they lead a spade, we'll take a free finesse if it's working, and it did. Boom. All right, so now we'll take 11 tricks. We have 3 tricks left, but only 2 cards. So nice spot there. This is weird. In an imp format, you usually don't go mining for other tricks that aggressively, but at this moment, we're just super safe, right? We can afford, after this finesse wins, to just understand that at some point, if we need to cash out, we can. And the opponents haven't set up anything at all at this point. If we cashed the ace of hearts, we were in the process of setting up hearts for them. So let's try to mine for some extra tricks for our side before we do anything for them. And here the club play was worth a try. It wasn't ideal that if they had shortness and the king over there, now it's even more ideal. We get even an extra club trick. But here we did the best we could, and we let them help us out. And it's weird that they didn't cover the spade at the end, huh? We played the jack, or had it already been played? Is that possible? Very odd choice by the robot to play low here. You see this? They see it. They see why. They count this suit, and they think that if they play the queen, it goes king, and we cash, and we just have the rest of the tricks. And that's because, folks, whole reason because of this is they never, ever consider that we don't have 2 hearts. So the entirety of their defense was based on us having 2 hearts, and they'll never sway from that, which is why that extra edge of opening 1 no trump with a singleton is a little bit more worthwhile in Robot Town. I do not want to convince any of you to start doing this on a regular basis. It's bad normally. It is okay in these events, and it is sometimes okay in general when you do have that singleton reasonable honor in a suit. You almost never are going to do this with a major suit holding, like a 4-card major or a 5-card major especially. You want to be bidding those suits much more regularly in those spots, so just be mindful of that. Here, another hand, pass a spade to us. I'm going to overcall a no trump, folks. This is the only time I can get in here. It's a super descriptive bid. I hate that I only have 2 spades, and I might be nervous about this, but not when partner is going to transfer me here. And they're going to invite game, and I'm going to accept. I have a massive hand in support of hearts, and partner showing 6 hearts over there. What are we doing, partner? Okay, so partner absolutely is supposed to have a 6-card heart suit here, Not the reason. Not sure why they only have 5, but whatever. They're showing this hand. They should have probably just bid 3-0, but you can understand their problem. What did they do? They freaked out over spades, right? They had 4 small, which means we're probably small, are short in spades, and they're worried about the stopper. Luckily, they didn't necessarily have to worry because we were going to correct to hearts anyway. This play should be pretty simple for everybody. What's the strategy? The strategy is play your hearts and run your nice long side suit. We're hoping we get a nice break in hearts. We do not. That stinks. Now we have to be a little bit careful. I guess we really don't have much of a choice, though. We don't have any interest to our hand. They knocked out the ace of spades at trick 1, so really we just have to hope diamonds are breaking favorably. And what I mean by that is we have to hope. Ah, my God, what a disaster. I was just going to say we have to hope the person with the long hearts has long diamonds, or at least 3 diamonds. They only had 1. So now we just have spade losers. We have a club loser at some point, and that's because we just can't get back to our hand. The only way we could have done different, the only thing we could have done differently here is either not draw trump, but the problem with that is now they do the same thing essentially. They rough the second diamond, and they still have a 4th heart to just exit, right? And if we don't have an entry to our hand, we're in the same exact terrible spot. So at this point, I think maybe the winning play here was probably to preserve that heart entry in our own hand. I think if I go back, there might have been a pathway to making, but I'm not sure even in that realm if we are always taking 10 tricks. So let's take a look at the results and see where we could have done better. Disappointing on this one to go down in a vulnerable game, especially down 2. But let's take a look. Crazy shape, my goodness. Okay, so here we are, board 4. Lefty's 6-5 in the minors, and righty is 6-4 in the majors. Very nice. So after this auction, we expect to be here, and it's, again, weird choice by partner, but you can kind of understand their thought process. But the shortness in diamonds and the bad break in hearts is just particularly brutal. But let's watch here. If I play a low heart, I should probably still be able to make it. And then if I play, no, so at this point, I cannot draw trump, right? If I try to draw a second round of trumps, I'm just down. But, I mean, what are we supposed to do here, folks? We're probably supposed to draw a round of trump. Because the best strategy here, folks, is to draw trumps and run your long suit. We're really going to be well if trumps are dividing evenly, or even if they don't. If they don't divide evenly, if we can maybe get righty to have 3 cards in the diamond suit and just have them have some sort of shape in that way, we can still get enough diamonds on the table where we get to pitch 2 cards, one of them being a loser on loser. But at this point, we were cooked, unfortunately. We have to break up a meltdown at this point by doing it this way and refusing to draw trump after this trick. That's a super hard sell for me, folks, but it would have maybe been okay. You still have to survive a lot more from that point forward. So minus 200. I mean, if we went, that could be like a couple imp swing there if it's minus 100 versus minus 200. But honestly, I think we're probably destined to go down 2 the moment we put that second diamond on the table after drawing trump. It's just in a really bad spot at that point. Okay, well, we'll be back for this hand next. And what will you do to start, folks? 1 club by your partner, 1 heart by your opponent. What call are you making with this hand? And don't forget, folks, this week at bridgelesson.com, counting practice live on Wednesday afternoon or anytime you want on replay. Get those counting practice skills, some exposure. Get the right answer at the end of hands where you're wondering what to pitch and you don't know. If you're counting the hand and you're figuring out the shapes around the table, you'll know all times. So here, jump in, get some more practice of that. One of the most popular courses I run because it is a skill that can be learned, and so many people don't think that they'll ever get there when in reality, it's not too far of a jump as you think it would be. So join me for that, or hop right back in here for the Wednesday version of this. We're going to play boards 5 and 6, and we're going to make a decision with this hand when we start next. See you then.